Here are 4 ways to start embodying your black cat energy. So being the prize in your relationships is your new norm, and so is being pursued, whether you're manifesting a specific person or a dream relationship in general. Or maybe you're not even manifesting a dream relationship just yet because you want to upgrade your self-concept before you even get into one, which is what I suggest doing anyways. So that way you're always pursued, you're always given princess treatment, and you're always treated like the prize, like you deserve. So let's get into the video. Now before I do, my name's Hannah Love. I'm your favorite manifestation coach and content creator. I make manifesting simple because it is simple, and I'm here to help you get what you want in life because that's why you came to this planet, to get what you want. And I actually help you sustain your manifestations instead of being a one-hit wonder. So let's get into the video. Now, number 1 might seem pretty obvious, but there's going to be some nuances in this that you may have not even realized that you're doing. That takes you out of your black cat identity and it puts you in the golden retriever role where you're chasing your specific person or chasing a guy and pedestaling him. And that is prioritizing yourself. Prioritizing your daily routines, like your manifestation routine, your skincare routine, doing your hair and makeup, dressing in the way in which your highest and best self would do, going to the gym, booking those classes that you've been wanting to try, instead of waiting around for you to be in a relationship to do those things. Because if you're not prioritizing yourself and how you feel first, you're going to lose your identity in a relationship and you're going to end up lowering your boundaries and your standards just to please a man. And what ends up happening is you end up overgiving and feeling drained and used because you never prioritized yourself in the first place. So you need to prioritize yourself each and every day before you do anything else. Because you're also creating your reality. So whoever you're being on a dominant basis, what you're thinking, how you're feeling is what you're going to be experiencing in the 3D. So if you're waking up on autopilot and you're not doing anything to be programming your mind, you're just going to think and act like your old self and who you've always been being, instead of the most hottest, irresistible black cat version of you who is the prize and always pursued. Now, another component of prioritizing yourself is sticking to your own plans. So if you end up getting into like the dating apps and someone asks you out on the dating apps last minute, the same day or the next day, like, hey, do you want to get coffee? Or hey, do you want to go out to XYZ? You're going to say, no, I have plans, but I would love to book something in a week in advance. Because this also shows that you have a life and you're not easy. So if a man wants to be blessed by your presence, he has to put in the time and the effort and his resources to do so. Otherwise, if you don't do this from the get-go, he's thinking immediately in his mind, oh, she's easy, she's always available for me, and she's probably like this with other people too. So I don't really need to put a ton of time, energy, and effort into her because she doesn't really value herself. And they may not think those exact words in their mind, but this is what subconsciously they're thinking, or they get a feeling of, that's interesting, she's just always so readily available for me. And the same thing goes if you're in a relationship and you want to spice things up. And let's say you've been feeling a little bored in your relationship, and every day, let's say you've been chilling and watching Netflix with your hubby, and you're like, I'm so bored of this, I want to do date night. So what you're going to do is you're going to dress up, you're going to make plans with your friends, or you're going to take yourself out on a date. You're going to get super hot and sexy. You're going to walk out of that bedroom and he's going to be like, where are you going? And you're going to be like, oh, well, I made plans with my friends so-and-so. Or, oh, I decided to take myself out on a solo date. And he's going to be like, wait a minute. Why are you looking that good and I'm not with you? Something isn't right here. And not in an unhealthy, like toxic, jealous way. But this is going to inspire him to start taking more action and taking you out on dates again. And it's going to spice things up because you're doing this out of nowhere. You're breaking an old pattern of you guys constantly doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then he's going to be like, oh, this is different. So what is he going to do? He's only going to want to pursue you and do more for you. So when you're out having a damn good time, or he may ask you, well, can I come with you? What you're going to say is, no, babe, like this is just a girl's night. Or, I just want some time for myself. I haven't been out on a solo date in a while. And you're just going to let him kind of marinate in that while you're out having a good time, getting wined and dined by yourself, or you're with your friends. And then he's going to be thinking in his mind, well, I wonder what she's doing, or I want to be there. She's looking all hot and stuff, and there's all these other dudes looking at her and seeing her and wondering what's going on. And then the next thing you know, you're going to be out with your friends, he's going to be texting you, or you're going to get home, and he's going to be like, babe, let's go out to, this one place that you mentioned on this day, and he's going to start pursuing you again. Because you're building mystery. You're kind of doing things out of nowhere that you normally wouldn't be doing. And this is going to make him curious. And naturally, masculine energy, men are conditioned to be hunters. So this will activate him to pursue you and plan the next date. Now, this is also why I created my new 14-day program called Unattached. It is the program where you will finally decenter men, detach from the timing of how or when a relationship is supposed to unfold, and step into the hottest, most irresistible version of you. And as a byproduct, manifesting a specific person or someone better in a life that you're absolutely obsessed with becomes inevitable because of who you're being. The black cat or chosen identity, same thing. And it's designed for you to start getting results right now before the program even kicks off. The women inside are absolutely loving it and already feeling a shift. It comes with a pre-work bundle with EFT tapping and journal prompts to help you identify when and how you're currently getting attached, what behaviors play out, and how this continues to keep you in cycles of being in hot and cold relationships, in dating, or with an SP. So you can get out of those cycles and into embodying your black cat identity, who is always pursued and treated like the prize. And instead of obsessing over men, you're going to obsess over yourself. And it also comes with a mini guide on the difference between the black cat identity and the golden retriever identity, why this works super well in relationship dynamic, so you feel like the prize and are treated like one, and how and where you potentially are embodying your golden retriever energy instead of being in your black cat identity. And on top of that, you will also get a holiday activation. It is a mini voice note training that I dropped in Telegram for you to listen to right away and start shifting into this new identity, especially if you get really triggered during the holidays when friends or family are asking, so do you have a boyfriend? Or so what happened to so-and-so? Or how is your relationship going? And you don't really know how to answer. Or maybe you're in a situationship and you're like, what the heck? Why haven't they asked me to do anything with them during the holidays? Do they even really care about me? Or maybe you find yourself reaching out to your ex who you don't really like just because you don't want to be alone during the holidays. There's lots of interesting behaviors that people act out on during the holidays because it can bring up a lot of feelings of not feeling enough, the fear of being alone because what you think it means about you, and so much more. So this is really going to help you step back into your power so you can act from that place and create more of the experiences that you actually want, instead of being the one in your golden retriever energy where you're chasing and trying to prove yourself. Because if you were the black cat identity, the one that was the prize, you don't need to do chasing and you don't need to perform to be loved. Plus, there's a VIP upgrade where you can get access to me for 2 weeks in a group coaching container where you can ask all of your questions. You guys get a bonus Q&A that the main program doesn't, and a bonus EFT tapping session. You can also add that on as well. It's at the link in bio or description below depending on where you're watching this, because I post daily on TT and YT. Now with that said, if you want part 2 of this mini series, comment part 2 below.